Imagine a beast so ferocious that the King of France himself would send his best hunters to hunt it. This is the true story of the Beast of Gévaudan, a mysterious predator that terrorized the French countryside. Between 1764 and 1767, in the remote region of Gévaudan in south-central France, something was stalking the population. Over 100 people, mostly women and children, were attacked. Many were killed, their bodies found savagely mutilated. Survivors described a creature like nothing they had ever seen before, larger than a wolf, with reddish fur, a large head, and terrifying teeth. The first recorded attack occurred on June 30th, 1764. A young woman tending cattle was charged by a beast like a wolf, yet not a wolf. She was saved by the horns of her bulls, which drove the creature away. This was just the beginning of a reign of terror that would last 3 years and become one of the most famous animal attacks in history. As news of the killings spread, panic gripped the region. Farmers were afraid to work in their fields. Children were kept indoors. The local authorities were overwhelmed, unable to protect their citizens from this unseen threat. The Beast of Gévaudan had become more than just an animal, it was now a legend. A monster that seemed to appear and disappear at will, leaving only bloodshed in its wake. The story soon reached the ears of King Louis XV in Paris. Concerned about the panic spreading through his kingdom, he decided to take action. In February 1765, he sent his best hunters, including his personal gun-bearer, François Antoine, to Gévaudan to kill the beast. Antoine and his team hunted for months, finally killing a large wolf in September 1765. They believed they had slain the Beast of Gévaudan, and the wolf's body was stuffed and sent to Versailles. The king declared the crisis over, and Antoine was hailed as a hero. But the celebrations were premature. Just 2 months later, the attacks began again. The beast, it seemed, was still out there. The renewed attacks threw the region into fresh turmoil. If this wasn't the work of a single animal, what could explain the ongoing violence? Theories began to circulate. Some believed it was a pack of wolves, driven to unusual aggression by hunger or disease. Others thought it might be a hybrid creature, perhaps a wolf crossed with a large dog. More fantastical explanations also emerged. Some claimed the beast was a werewolf, a sorcerer who could shapeshift into a monstrous form. Others believed it was a punishment from God, sent to scourge the people for their sins. The line between fact and folklore began to blur as the legend of the beast grew. The final chapter of the beast's reign of terror came in June 1767. A local hunter named Jean Chastel shot and killed a large wolf-like creature. Upon examination, the animal was found to have unusual features: reddish fur, a large head, and an oddly shaped snout. Many believed this was truly the Beast of Gévaudan. With this kill, the attacks finally ceased. The region breathed a collective sigh of relief, and gradually life returned to normal in Gévaudan. But the legend of the beast was far from over. In fact, in many ways, it was just beginning. So, what can modern science tell us about the Beast of Gévaudan? In recent years, researchers have re-examined the historical records of the attacks, applying modern forensic techniques to this centuries-old mystery. One study published in 2016 analyzed the pattern of attacks and concluded that they were consistent with predatory animal behavior rather than the work of a human killer. The researchers suggested that the culprit was likely a pack of wolves, with perhaps 1 or 2 individuals responsible for the majority of the attacks. However, this doesn't fully explain the unusual descriptions of the beast. Some cryptozoologists, researchers who study animals whose existence is unproven, have suggested that the beast could have been a surviving specimen of a prehistoric creature, such as a mesonychid, a wolf-like predator that lived millions of years ago. While this theory is certainly exciting, there's no scientific evidence to support it. Another interesting aspect of the Beast of Gévaudan story is its impact on French society and politics. The beast emerged at a time of great social and political tension in France, less than 3 decades before the French Revolution. Some historians have suggested that the story of the beast became a symbol of the French monarchy's inability to protect its citizens, contributing to the growing dissatisfaction with the royal government. The legend of the beast also tells us much about the society of 18th century France. The focus on religious explanations and the belief in werewolves reflect the superstitions of the time. The involvement of the king and the national attention the story received show us how news traveled and how the monarchy operated in pre-revolutionary France. Today, the Beast of Gévaudan remains a significant part of French folklore. In the region of Gévaudan, now part of the department of Lozère, you can visit museums dedicated to the beast, walk in the footsteps of the hunters who sought it, and see monuments erected to its victims. The story has also left its mark on popular culture. It has inspired numerous books, including The Man-Eater of Gévaudan by Giovanni Todaro, and films such as the 2001 French movie Brotherhood of the Wolf. The beast has appeared in video games, television shows, and even manga series, cementing its place in modern mythology. It's a tale that combines the visceral fear of an unstoppable predator with the allure of an unsolved historical puzzle. Whether the beast was a wolf, a hybrid, an exotic animal, or something else entirely, its legend continues to captivate us more than 250 years later. So, what do you think the Beast of Gévaudan really was? Share your theories in the comments below.